Hello, this is Rusty Peterson, partner and wealth consultant at IAG Wealth Partners, and this is the Armor Hour podcast on the C-Suite for Christ platform. Thank you for listening to my podcast today, and in today's message, we're going to be talking about a planning technique that can help a business increase the amount of contributions to a qualified retirement plan. Build wealth that grows tax deferred. And if you live in Wisconsin and are a resident of Wisconsin, that wealth is protected from creditors. Now, if you don't live in Wisconsin, then we'd have to look at what state you live in. But in Wisconsin, it is protected from creditors. So this planning technique can help you build wealth outside of your business assets. So it's building wealth separate from the business. So the concept we're talking about today is called a defined benefit pension plan. It's also called a cash balance plan. So either name can be used for this. They've been around for a long, long time. In fact, when I first started doing this over 30 years ago, my mom thought any sort of retirement plan, she just called it a pension plan, which is kind of cute. Again, this is Rusty Peterson with IAG Wealth Partners. Thank you for listening. And I'm called a wealth consultant, but I'm known for helping my clients plan for the best, prepare for the worst, and be a steward for their dreams. And I believe my clients deserve an advisor that cares about their family and their business and their dreams as much as they do. An advisor that you trust like family, and one that will never, ever give up on you. And I firmly believe that an advisor should be working with the other members of your team, like your attorney, an accountant, and any other member, to make sure the plan is up to date and implemented. And finally, I believe my clients deserve an advisor who is going to be around for generations. The firm will be around for generations, so we can help your family for generations. So let's look at this defined benefit plan. Again, just in a broad sense, as much as we can in about 10 minutes. So, as I mentioned earlier, it's a qualified retirement plan. That means the deduction or the contributions are tax deductible going in. So if you make a $200,000 contribution, that's a $200,000 deduction for your business. Those funds grow tax deferred. And again, can't stress enough, in Wisconsin, they're protected from creditors. Now, a defined benefit plan generally needs to be in force for 5 years or more. But after that, after you meet the requirements, it can be terminated and assets transferred into an individual retirement account or another qualified plan. So there's a lot of rules about this. But let me give you some of my clients, just ballpark what they've been able to contribute to a defined benefit plan in really a short amount of time. I have one client that they contributed about $3 million in the course of 5 years. I have another family that contributed about 1.4 million in 5 years. And another family that was able to contribute right around $2 million in about 5 years. Is this something that could work for your business? I don't know. It may. If you are an independent consultant and it's just you and maybe you have a staff person helping you out and you're making high 6 figures, low 7 figures, it may be. If you're a business that has 25 or more employees and you already have some sort of retirement plan like a SEP or a profit sharing plan or a 401k plan, it actually could be added on top of that plan. So you would have a defined benefit plan and a 401k profit sharing plan. We've had instances where it worked out like that. Now, again, in the course of a few minutes that we're here today, I can't go over every single scenario, but could this work for you? I really don't know. But here's what I'm offering today. Since you've been kind enough to listen to this podcast, I would be happy to provide an analysis at no charge to see if a defined benefit plan could work in your situation. So, in order to do that, we would need what's called an employee census. It's basically a census of all your participants. It's got, how old they are, what they're making, what their job description is, things like that. If you have an existing retirement plan, we need to know about that too. And we would put together a proposal to show you what it could look like if you had a defined benefit plan for your business. If that sounds interesting, then please reach out to me. I can be reached by calling me direct at 262-446-8137. You can email me at rpeterson@iagwealthpartners.com, and that is RPETERSON at IAGwealthpartners.com. So partners is with an S. Otherwise, you can also look for me on LinkedIn under Rusty Peterson and message me through there, and we can connect. But that's my offer. If you'd like to see, could we contribute on a tax deferred basis, tax deductible basis, $1 million or more over the next 5 years? Let's find out. Thank you again. And as I like to say, managing money is what we do, but being a steward for our dreams of our clients is who we are. And finally, I have to leave with this disclaimer that securities are offered through LPL Financial, a member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advice is offered through IAG Wealth Partners LLC, a registered investment advisor and separate entity from LPL Financial. The opinions voiced in this podcast are for general information only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual. To determine which strategies or investments may be suitable for you, consult the appropriate qualified professional prior to making a decision. And again, thank you for taking the time to listen to the Armor Hour podcast on the C-Suite for Christ platform. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.